Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Braden. I am the founder of Blockpour. I'm super excited to be here today to be able to pitch Blockpour to all of you. And we're also one of the first applications that's actually integrated Supra's testnet into our application as well. So near the end of my slides, I'll have a quick demo that will show this. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So what is Blockpour? So Blockpour is a multi-chain Web3 data analytics and aggregation platform. We currently support over 9 different networks, and we offer on-chain data across different verticals. So we offer on-chain transfer events, NFT events, and tons of information around decentralized exchange trades as well. Our vision for Blockpour is really just to help make sense of Web3 data. I find it ironic we're in the space of decentralization and open data, but yet it's incredibly hard to actually find the data sets that you're looking for, especially when it comes to on-chain activity. This is just a screenshot of our app as well on the right-hand side there. So what is the problem that we're actually trying to address? And I guess the problem that exists with current data providers in the market. Blockpour obviously isn't the only data provider. We've all probably seen or used several of them. So there's a couple problems with existing solutions. The first problem is data asymmetry. So you have all these different data providers that exist, but the data across them is siloed or segregated. So if you're a user and you're using one data provider, they might have data for Ethereum or Avalanche, but they might be missing Arbitrum. If you go to another data provider, they might have all those networks, but maybe they're missing Uniswap or PancakeSwap. And so with Blockpour, we're really just trying to reconcile all this data into one dashboard as an infrastructure tool, basically. The second problem is high latency, and this actually ties into unreliable data feeds as well. And the root cause of high latency and unreliable data feeds from some of the competitors are that they rely on third-party APIs and RPCs. So a lot of our competitors would use things like Infura or QuickNode or Alchemy. And there's nothing wrong with these providers. They're actually great providers. But if you're a data provider yourself and you're relying on third-party RPC providers, you're adding an extra layer of both latency, but also unreliability for your own product. So for Blockpour, we run all of our archive nodes in-house. So everything is ran by us for the networks that we support. This gives us full data access going back to the Genesis block on these networks. So we could show you data going back years. And we also have full customization over our endpoints and over our database, which helps on the latency side, and also for building custom endpoints out for our users. So I guess the opportunity or the total market size, and this kind of goes without saying, DeFi is obviously here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And if we look at some of these numbers really quick on just the decentralized exchange side, not even all of DeFi, you could see in the last 12 months, there's been over $1.3 trillion of on-chain volume across 71 million wallets. That's the total number of wallets that have interacted with the DEX, which is pretty crazy. Next up is our business. Who are our customer segments? Who are our targeted users? We have 3 different categories for this. The first would be retail traders. These would just be your everyday Web3 user. Some of these users might have made a Coinbase account. Now they're getting into MetaMask. They're trying to get on chain. For Supra's case, they might have a Starkey wallet, and they're trying to start accessing these ecosystems. And so with Blockpour, we build a front-end platform that users can access with a freemium model. So they're able to start exploring all these different ecosystems and able to see what's happening on these different networks. And so as a retail trader, Blockpour is a great place to just show you what's happening across all these different networks. The second customer segment would be power users. These are traditionally known as whales or sophisticated traders. A lot of users that fall under this category of a power user, they might be trading on multiple DEXs, multiple networks. They could be yield farmers or also liquidity providers themselves. And Blockpour offers APIs for these users who want to query their on-chain activities if they need to reconcile at the end of the year for tax, or if they wanted to go back a few years and see what activity they made in 2020, 2021. And again, a lot of this would be for tax reasons, but it's also just able to follow their activity and their P&Ls over time. The third customer segment for Blockpour would be the enterprise use case. Enterprise clients can integrate Blockpour's high-speed APIs, and they could do things like advanced business intelligence reporting and also risk monitoring, labeling wallets, and doing forensics on their side. So now that we know a little bit more about what Blockpour is, it's time to look at where we actually sit in the competitive landscape. Now, as I mentioned, when I describe Blockpour, it probably sounds like every data provider that exists when I verbally describe it. So it's important to see where we sit. So on the far left-hand side, you have companies like Dex Tools, DeFi Llama. These would focus more so on the front-end user interpretation, so front-end visualization of data. And on the far right-hand side, we have companies that are behind the scenes like Heiko, Amber Data, very large companies, but they're more so focused on the developer tooling or the enterprise use cases. And so Blockpour kind of fits in between these two verticals where we have both front-end applications for less sophisticated traders, but we also have an extensive suite of APIs as well for the developer tooling side. So I'm not going to go over too much on this slide, but this just shows the extent of the data that we currently have captured in our database and the data that we serve to our users. So we have over 973,000 tokens indexed. We have over 1 billion liquidity pools indexed, 2 billion swaps, 7 billion transfers, and we have 43 different endpoints to actually access this data. Although we have tons of data, there's also a lot more that isn't on here. This is just some of the highlights. The endpoints that we have are actually the real highlight because it gives access to users to create their own dashboards, their own front ends, and their own visualizations. So wallet transfers is one of our features on our front end, which I'm going to show in a second, but I'm just going to quickly walk through this. So wallet transfers is a way to visualize inflows and outflows going in and out of a wallet. So this is one way that a user, a power user, or a retail user, or even an enterprise could start looking at how wallets are moving funds around. So you could see we have some labeled wallets, Binance, Gate.io, KuCoin. These are on-chain wallets that we've tagged to them, and this helps better visualize the flow of funds. Next up, you could obviously filter this. So if you wanted to filter by token, filter by entity, you're able to see inflows and outflows, so user deposits, user withdrawals. And then here you could see a sample API call for the data itself for one of those boxes. So I'm going to hop into the quick video here because we are getting short with time. And I'm just going to let this play and talk over some of it, but this is our actual live front end. So you can see some of the data sets that we offer for our users. Here would be stablecoin transfer volume. So we're showing all the inflows and outflows of stablecoins going in and out of Binance, Coinbase, etc. Next up is our top movers page. This kind of acts as like a coin market cap for tokens, but it's actually ranking tokens by on-chain statistics. So you could see tokens that are most traded on-chain, have the most liquidity pools. And then up here, you can see different ways to visualize ecosystems. So the colors would be the network, and you could see tokens trending in those different networks. This is our multi-chain explorer, so you're able to compare networks against each other off a bunch of stats like volume, TVL, total on-chain wallets that are interacting with contracts. And this is our entity flow widget, so we're actually able to see Binance, so all the user deposits and withdrawals leaving Binance wallets. So there's about, I think, 20 different Binance wallets on-chain, and we associate them all into one entity called Binance. And then we're able to aggregate all that data and show all the information for Binance there. And here's a simple dashboard for a token. So if a user types in a token like Aave, we're able to show all the on-chain trades. That works cross-chain as well. So you're able to see Aave trades on Ethereum, on Avalanche, and you can also generate a trade report as well for these tokens if you wanted to see what happened on a particular day for a particular token. And then we're going to hop into the demo with the Supra integration. So on our wallet transfer app, we have an integration with the Supra testnet where we're actually able to see inflows and outflows for tokens. So I'm going to sign into my StarKey wallet. I'll grab my wallet address here. Those are some of the transactions I made on my wallet. So when I paste my wallet, we can instantly see the visualizer will grab all the activity I've ever made. Although the activity here is the last couple of days, this would show years. This is just all the transactions I've had. So you can see the inflows, the outflows that are going in and out of my wallet. So it's an easy way to visualize the flow of funds. Next, we can also click one of these boxes. So one of the wallets I sent money to, we can actually put this wallet in the center and see all the flows going in and out of that wallet, as well as you can keep diving deeper and exploring from a forensic point of view of all these different wallets and how they interact with each other. So you can see at the top left, that's my 5.1 Supra entering this wallet. Now it's green because that would be an inflow. And then you could see what that wallet is doing with all the Supra it's ever received. So obviously right now, this functionality is not, I can just pause it here because we're out of time. But this functionality itself is not that useful yet. But as Supra gets to mainnet, you'd be able to explore bridges, you'd be able to explore DeFi protocols, and we can also start tagging wallets on Supra as well. So if Supra had a faucet address or a bridge, we could tag it called bridge, but it makes this feature much more useful for users trying to explore on-chain activity. I'll stop there. And yeah, thanks everyone for the time and opportunity to present Blockpour.